Alright, hello, hello, hello. How is everybody? How's it going there, FS Gamer? How's it going, Citrus? How's it going, Officer? Yep, my truck was in the update, so we're going to start by watching. I just put out the update video, so if you guys would go and watch that, I'd appreciate that. Was trying to get the browser to come up, so we'll just play the browser, but I didn't want to do it, so we'll just play it this way. And so we'll go ahead and I'll just play the update video so you guys can see that, and then we'll go on from there. Welcome back to the weekly update. This is the update for Friday, September 8th, 2023. Upcoming new game systems in space. Dear Stormworkers, in this announcement post, we will discuss some of the new systems we are creating as part of the Space DLC and the associated free major update, compressed gases and liquids. As previously discussed, compressed gases are coming to Stormworks, with a significant rework of the fluid system. This has a big impact for space, but also for deep sea, where high pressure and displacement will work slightly differently. Gases in the new version are able to enter and occupy compartments, and these gases are compressible. When liquids and gases enter or leave a compartment, they are treated as mixed evenly rather than layered by height, for the sake of usability by players. So behavior is more consistent and it's easier to understand what is going on. This is to avoid the situation where a port or a compartment cannot capture all of the contents because the port is partway up the side. It's difficult to understand what the fluid level may have dropped below the port. This is also consistent with current behavior and avoids players' vehicles from breaking. However, when it comes to doors, it is easier to understand where the water levels are relative to the door and is visually explained. So our system is a little bit more in depth, as in the current system. Doors will only allow water through when the level of the water is above the bottom of the door. With new gases, gas can only spill through then the water level is below the top of the door. The implications of this is quite exciting. It means that moon pools will mechanically work and gas will not escape once water covers the door. Don't forget the gases are compressible, so water can still rise and compress the gas. It is just that the gas will not escape. You can pump more gas in to increase the pressure, pushing water level back down. The opposite is also true. If you open a door in the top of the compartment, this will allow all your compressed gas to escape, reducing the pressure and allow more water to enter. For submarines, this system means that you could open valves or even a door between a compressed air container and a ballast tank, with opening at the bottom. This would rapidly increase pressure, quickly pushing the water out and displacing it with compressed gas. Where there is a pressure difference through a door, gas or liquid will get pulled through. Physics objects, including characters, will be affected by this and dragged by the pressure. At high altitude or in space, a rapid depressurization event can suck you or any other physical objects out the door. We look forward to releasing this new system and many other features in the new Space DLC on October 12th. We look forward to your thoughts and feedback. Much love, Stormworks developers. And the first screenshot is by Shamu Dude 20. The next screenshot is by Cedar. And the next screenshot is by Blaskovich. And the next screenshot is by me, Captain Cockerels. And the last screenshot is by Spin to Win. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next week. Bye. Alright, guys, so that is the weekly update. Let's go ahead and we'll talk about it a little bit here. So I'll try to grab a link. The way the devs have been releasing it lately is a little bit different. You know, is it in the announcements channel yet? No, it's not in their announcement channel yet. They used to always put it right in the announcements channel. Now I have to hunt to the store page to find it, so sometimes it comes up a little bit later than I think it's going to come up. So let's grab it real quick. We'll look at it. There's some interesting stuff in there, so I want to look. We'll grab a new link and I'll put it in a window so that I can actually see it. All right, so let's go ahead and we'll take a look at the update. So I read it off, so we're not going to go through anything. I'm just going to point out everything again, but I'm going to point out some of the stuff that's interesting here. So, you know, I already see people fretting in the comments about significant rework of fluid system, and then some people are complaining about the aerodynamics. You know, you have different groups of people want different things, and so a lot of people want quote-unquote more realistic physics, and with that comes changes. And so, you know, the devs can't win either way, so again, they have to just stick with their own you know, their own vision and go with that. And kind of that's when people say, oh, they never listen to us. They might not listen to your group, but they're listening to another group. So keep that in mind. So this is interesting. So we saw this a little bit with the space reveal. Was you know, they open up one of the compartments and some of the people got blown out. So the air volume will move from areas of high pressure to low pressure, which is cool. They're treated as mixed. So what they're talking about here is when they're treated mixed for usability to players. So for example, if you put a fluid port in the top of a tank, it will still draw liquid out even though the liquid is below. So for example, when I started playing the game, I thought I had to put the fluid port at the bottom so that, like real life, you could draw from there. If it eventually got the liquid below the port, you'd figure it wouldn't suck in the port. That's not how it works. What it does is it treats it as a mixed space, and that way you can either draw air or fluid or the liquid you have in there. And you don't have to worry about putting a port on the bottom for liquid and putting a port on the top for air and pressurizing the system so that it'll push it down. And so this is for ease of use for us. And so this is also so that we will not break a lot of stuff. And so as they say, they're doing this to avoid a port compartment cannot capture all because it's up the side. And so the people complaining already about, oh, this is going to break all our creations, this is why they're doing it this way, is to try to avoid breaking all the creations. For example, you know, let's say in the latest fire truck I made, the fluid port is on the top of the water tank. As soon as the water level went down in real life, it would start sucking air and cavitating, and you wouldn't get any more water to come out. That's not how it's going to work. It's going to treat it as, okay, there's 10% air in there, there's 90% water, and it's still going to draw water or air, and you'll probably have to use a filter to be able to make sure you're not drawing air. So this is a benefit. So this is a good thing. They're trying to make it so they don't break a ton of stuff. So that is also good. And again, this is also consistent with current behavior and avoids players' vehicles from breaking. So the people complaining down in the comments are already not reading this. So they saw the headline, they're going at the headline, they're not reading this. This is the reason they're doing it this way, is so that they don't break current creations. So doors. So for example, let's say you have a door halfway up a wall and the water hasn't reached the door yet. The water is not going to spill out of the door. The air will. Once the water gets above the level, let's quickly, I'm going to just grab, I'll do a quick little picture here. Let me see. Okay, so let's go ahead, and I just can't stand the white, so let's go, that's worse. All right, good. So the way this is going to work is, let's think of it this way. We'll grab a rectangle. All right, so you have a room. And so we're going to go ahead and we're going to put a line in the room, and then here's going to be your door. Okay, so if the bottom is water, and so we'll demarcate that with some different blue here. So if this is water down here, because the water is below the level of the door, it won't spill out. So it won't come out there until the water is up here. Now, what this is going to allow is later in the update they talk about moon pools. So let's keep reading, and when we get there, I'll kind of show what my thoughts on this are. So door will only allow water through when it's at the level of the water. Again, if the water is below the door, it's not going to spill out. So, you know, it doesn't act like a mixed space when a door is being used. It's acting like a mixed space when a fluid port is being used, essentially. And so the gas can come spilling out. All right. And then they talk about the implications of this is quite exciting. It means the moon pools will mechanically work now. Again, a lot of us have been asking for more realistic physics. This is them doing what we have asked for. If you know, those of us who have asked for that. Not everybody wants it, but those of us who asked for it, they are trying to do it. And gas will not escape once water covers the door. So this is also exciting. This goes above and beyond what I thought they were going to do. So again, let's figure this diagram here. So let's move the door. Okay, actually that was good there. So let's say the door is at the bottom, okay? And then what we do is, again, we fill this. So this is just a big square room. And we fill the top of, you suck. Where is my, let's go back again here. All right, let's go like this. All right, so here's the door, okay? So that's our door. And let's say we have some water. And the water level is above the door, is what they're saying. So the water level is above the door. Let's hopefully we can, you suck so bad. So this is the water level. This is air, okay? So air, And this down here is water. So you have air above and water below. All right. So what this is going to allow us to do is have real moon pools. And so if this is the situation here, we're going to be able to pressurize this. So if you don't understand what a moon pool is, a moon pool essentially, you have no bottom on the pool. So you have no bottom on the pool here. I should have done layers, but you have no water on the bottom of the pool here. And so there's no bottom. Looks like a wang. Nothing's easy in this world here. Let's go like this. Okay. So you have, I'll just quickly add a layer and then this will be easier to explain. All right, so let's talk about a moon pool. Moon pool is like this. Did I add the layer? I did. Beautiful. All right, so the moon pool is like this. So we have essentially a box. And underneath the box is the water, okay? And so what happens is, you know, the water is coming into the moon pool to a certain extent. So the water, let's say the water comes in this much. So the water is from this level down, and you can be completely underwater. For example, you can have an underwater base, and you can have a moon pool. And so what happens is the water would try to fill to the level of this. So let's say you had a vacuum in this, and there was no air. Vacuum literally means nothing. What would happen is the water pressure would be pushing down. Let's see, do we have, there we go. So the water pressure would be pushing down like this. And then because of this, it would push this water up. And so this water would, if again, we're saying this is a vacuum in here, a vacuum. So what's going to happen is the water is going to go all the way to the top like that. And then, so you can't use this as a moon pool. So what happens is if you took, say you took a glass, right, and a clear glass so you can see it, you fill your sink with water, and you then take the glass and you plunge it into the water, you're going to notice that there is a layer of air and the water is there. So there's a layer of air in here. That's essentially a moon pool. And the way it works is because the air can only be compressed so much. You know, if you think of solids, liquid, and gases, you know, a solid is essentially a lot of little dots so close together that they don't have any space to move. So think grains of sand, right? You push the grains of sand and eventually they stop compressing because all the little grains of sand are touching each other. So that's a solid. A liquid, the dots are a little bit more spread out, but liquids are still non-compressible. You press on the liquid, it does not compress. And so that's why hydraulics work. You press on the liquid and it would rather bend the steel piston than it would to compress the liquid. Gases are more spread out. And so you can compress gases. Solids are incompressible. Liquids are incompressible, and gases are compressible. So what you're doing when you're compressing the gas is you're taking this, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 6, 9 dots. You're taking 9 dots, and you're pushing them closer together. Eventually, if you can compress a gas tight enough, you'll end up with a liquid. And that's why increasing the pressure will cause condensate. And so here you are, you're compressing the gas. Well, so in this volume here, in the moon pool, you have all your air. And so what's happening is the air has a pressure. And so the water pressure is coming in, and the air pressure is enough to overcome that. Why you misbehave, you? So you have all these little dots of air in here, and what they're doing is they are resisting the water. So the water is coming up and it's pressing the air like so. And so the air has no place to escape. And because the air has no place to escape, the water is pushing against this, compressing this air. You know, what compression is doing is pushing these little dots closer together, and that is keeping the water here. So for example, you could have a submarine in this sub bay, and you can have people walking around in here, and there's water here, and then the ocean is all around you. And that's what a moon pool is all about. And so what will happen is as the, you know, so the lower that, so let's say you put this moon pool like, I don't know, 10 meters underwater. It's going to look like this. But then let's say you put this moon pool 100 meters underwater. The pressure of the water pressure is going to be much more because you have more pushing down, therefore coming around and pushing up. And so now the water level is going to be up. Yeah, red water. The water level now is going to be up here. And the same volume of these dots is still going to be there. So all these dots are still there. They're just going to move up here now, and so you're going to have more dots in this area. It's the same volume of air, but just more compressed. And so that's really cool. And so, for example, let's say you wanted to raise the water level of your moon pool. Well, pretty simple. You take a fluid port. See, so let's just say this is my little fluid port right here. Eventually, I'll figure out what the hell I'm doing here. Oh, I have to escape. Okay. So we have a little fluid port in the top here, right? And let's say you took and you put a pipe and you sent the pipe all the way to the surface, right? You actually don't need to send it to the surface. You could send it right here and vent it. So you could take two fluid ports like this and with a valve, and as you let air out, what it would do is, because eventually the air is going to get to critical compression, it's not going to compress anymore. And so what will happen is these little dots will get pushed up by the water, which is more dots, but much closer, and they'll go through the port and they'll come out, and that will allow the water level to rise. Now, how do you get the water level to go down? You pump air in. By pumping air in, the pressure of the air is overcoming the pressure of the water, pushing the water level down. So that's what they're talking about here. And so that is super cool. I think that's really neat. That's kind of above and beyond. And this is going to cause some really cool things. A lot of people have been excited about ballast tanks for submarines. And this is how the ballast tanks of the submarines work. You know, you're pumping air in. So what you do is you'd have a tank of air. Let's get rid of all this crapola. All right, so you have a tank of air. And let's see. Tank of air. All right. And you have a tank of water. And so this tank of water is filled with, as you can imagine, water. And this is filled with, let's see, I think I can do a square. Let's do style. Let's do, where are we at here? 20%. Okay. Let's go here. That's sucky. Say, let's do 80%. Okay. And so you're going to fill this with air. And so eventually I'll figure out what tool I want here. There we go. All right, so you're going to fill this with air. As you can see, it's a bunch of dots. And so this air is highly pressurized air. It's almost a solid itself. And what you're going to do is you're going to have a valve down here for the water to be able to escape into the ocean, in this case. And so you have your, my dear Christ, what are you doing here, guy? So you have your fluid port there, and so it's going to be able to go out here. And what you'll do is you'll pipe this in where you have a pipe, and it goes in here to another fluid port. And you'll have a valve. And this valve will turn. It will allow the air to come through here into here. And now what you're essentially doing is you're replacing the volume of water at the top with air. And so let's go 90. And so as you start to let that air in, the air is going to come through and it's going to increasingly fill this volume, pushing the water out. And that's going to allow you to blow your ballast tanks. As you decrease, and then so the air now rests in here. Now, as you can imagine, the air is no longer at 90% density. Let's get rid of that. Let's go. So now, because this, let's say this volume is 10 times, right? So instead of 90, we're around 9% volume. So now the air fills this tank, and the dots are much, the spacing of the dots is wider away. And now, as you essentially pump this air out, you're going to need to pump the air out of here to compress it into here. You need to use mechanical energy to push the dots back together. So you come back here, you take a pump, you pump it into the small tank again. This is now probably not a real vacuum, but this is close to a vacuum. These will probably equalize. So this will be, you know, much less dense. This will be much less dense. It's really not going to be a vacuum unless you have a pump. If you had a pump, you could pump it out and vacuum, and it would be a vacuum. And so what you then do is as you start to pump the air back out of your ballast tanks, it allows water to be drawn in because the low pressure is now in the water tank. And that allows this tank to refill with the newly compressed air. So this is going to be really cool from a mechanical standpoint, as you can imagine. So this will allow us to work ballast tanks. So that's really cool. I think that's an awesome addition to the game. There's a picture by me. Yay. So again here, so this is talking about, let's say you have, you open the door, if the air is pressurized, it's going to escape. This is going to cause cool systems. Now, this has a little hint here, I think, that I think some people are going to miss. When you open a door, if the top of the compartment, this will allow all your compressed gas to escape, reducing the pressure and allowing more water to enter. This is big because a lot of people are going to think, oh, I have to pump in and out. Yes, you can pump in and out. Pumping has a 75 liter per second rate. So I think a lot of people, you'll see it's in the general grouchy areas, people are going to complain, oh, it's going to take forever to pump out my ballast tanks. It's going to take forever. It's going to take forever. You should be able to use an electric sliding door, for example, a hatch, to quickly change volumes. And so, for example, let's say you have a ballast tank like I showed there, and instead what you're going to do is you're going to put a hatch on here. And so instead of what you had on there, you'll have a hatch. And so now you'll have a hatch, and the hatch will connect right to the top here. And if you open this hatch, it will rapidly cause that air to escape in and overtake the water volume and push the water out. And then you close this valve. So we should theoretically, if this is true what they're saying, be able to use doors to rapidly exchange gases. And they further bolster this statement here with, let's see, they essentially said it here. But, they talk about, where are we at here? At high altitude or in space, a rapid decompression event can suck you or any other physical objects out the door. And so we should be able to do a rapid decompression of a ballast tank. So you have your small storage tank at high pressure, let's say 90% pressure, and you open a sliding hatch. Well, all that air is going to quickly go out. As it loses pressure, it's gonna quick rapidly spread out, and then it's going to fill that new volume, pushing the water out, and you're gonna be able to do that. The issue with the door is you have to be able to close it, or else what's going to do, the water pressure is eventually going to equalize, and the air cannot press any more out. So what you would want to do is open a hatch, let the air push out. Let's say the air can go and fill 50% of your ballast tank before the pressure of the water equalizes the pressure of the air. So then what do you need to do? You need to pump the rest out to overcome the pressure of the water. So this looks really cool. I'm going to do a bunch of tutorials on this once it comes out, but I think this is going to be a really cool update. I think they're kind of exceeding my expectations with pressurization. You've seen a lot of negativity around the space DLC. Again, you don't have to buy it if you don't want to. And I think the devs do a really great job. I got kind of annoyed by a post that was on Steam in the Grouchy section talking about how, oh, the devs are greedy, there's a cash grab. Dude, most devs do not give you they don't give you a bunch of free stuff with each DLC, and we are getting a bunch of free stuff, quote-unquote free stuff with each DLC. The person who has not bought the DLC or does not buy the DLC will still be getting all these pressurization updates with it, which I think are very big, and even if they don't buy the DLC. And so you can still get a lot of these benefits without having to buy the DLC. So I think that's great. So let's go ahead and we'll go through chat. So that's the weekly updates. So that's really exciting hearing some of the stuff about pressurization and space. So I'm just checking comment sections of the patch notes. I had to read a couple of them just because I couldn't find one of the people, so I looked at Phil's. I looked at Phil to help me find one of the people for the credits I put in the video. Let me see. I'm just reading some chat. Thank you, officer. Appreciate that. Oh, good. You got a new game PC, Tomcat. That's cool. Hi, how's it going, Tomcat? I don't think I said hi to you yet. How's it going, CG? No, Gas's update, CG, as stated in the update, is releasing on October 12th. So, October 12th. Same with the space DLC. It's going to be October 12th. Yep, you should be able to fill and drain the moon pools with air, so that's really cool. I think that's going to be awesome. Yeah, I'm reading one of Citrus's things of, bug tracker posts is of the disgruntled people who, there was one I answered on Reddit. Somebody in my Discord had a question with it. Let me see if I could find they had a question about. Oh my God, I can't. My mind. Let me see. It was about the ropes. The ropes pulling ships over. And so apparently, I always run on high physics. I have almost zero bugs. People need to understand that the game is designed to run on high physics. High physics is what the game is intended to run on. That's what the devs have the game intended to run on, is high physics. That allows the game to make all the calculations required to sort the physics out. Whenever you reduce physics below high, you are sacrificing the quality of the physics simulation so that your potato PC can run the game. All right, and so it is a concession that they make so that more people can enjoy the game. Now, a lot of people will reduce the physics setting to make the game do things it was never intended to do. For example, launch a Titanic that they edited the game files to even be able to put in game. For example, XML edited workbench. Why do they limit the size of the workbench? A lot of people have been asking for a larger workbench. Why do they limit the size of the workbench? Because they know the game is not designed to handle vehicles that are larger than that size. Some vehicles are fine. You can put just a hull of a ship out there that's enormous and it'll be fine because the block count is low. But once you put all the physics in there, the game is not designed to handle it. You're asking the game to do something it was never intended to do. And so they'll reduce their physics settings so they can launch the Titanic, and then they'll complain that, the cranes don't work, this doesn't work, the game sucks, because they think that's representative of what the game's supposed to be. You're supposed to run on high physics. If I put Triton out in the world and I try to run the crane on low physics, it doesn't work very well. You know why? It was not designed for that. I always run on high physics, so go ahead in your game. Let me get out of here. Go in your game and check your physics setting. If you go to General, right here, Physics Detail High. It should always be on high. So I have never had any issue with the ropes tipping my boats over. We can go to a test because I always run on high. Sometimes you have to watch. I've had it happen before. I was doing, I think it was a live stream, and Triton was like having issues with the crane. I'm like, I've never had issues with the crane. Why was it doing this? And it was because of when one of the updates, it ended up resetting it to auto. So double check your builds. Make sure that they are, let's go to a beginner base. So make sure that you're set to high, and if you're having that rope issue, because that was something I noticed was, a lot of people, you'll ask, that's one of my first questions when I go to help people on Reddit or wherever is, I go, is your physics set to high? And they go, no, it's set to auto or medium or low. And I go, okay, the game's not designed to run like that. Put it on high. And you'll notice that a lot of physics will run much better. It will run the way the devs designed the game to run. So try that. See if it works. So let's see. I'm going to throw a couple ropes on here. So as much as you may want the game to do something, if it's not designed to do that thing, then, it's really, you're going outside of what it's designed to do, right? You're using a wrench for a hammer, and then you say, this hammer's no good. Well, it's not a hammer, it's a wrench. The hammer is designed to be a hammer, the wrench is designed to be a wrench. You need to use the tool the way it was designed to be used, and if you decide to use it a different way, expect the performance not to be great. So let's take a look at this. This is a pretty small boat. We'll see how the ropes do. All right, so a little tug, but not bad. The person who showed it in the in Reddit, it sucked their huge ship along. You notice it did pull the ship. It's tipping a little bit, but this is a small boat, so it should be expected to some level. But it wasn't extreme. It's given it a little bit, so it has a little bit of weight. But the person who showed it on Reddit had a very large ship. and it was tipping it, you know. So it would tell me one of two things. One, their physics is probably not set to high, and two, they are probably the ship is probably, you know, way underweight. Like Triton, as you could see with Triton, I could lift up 2 containers, put them way out with the crane, no problem. And it's because it's properly ballasted. You know, so you'll see a lot of people, they'll blame the game for their own engineering, you know, errors essentially. All right, so it does pull a little bit. It is tipping, but it's minimal. You know, especially in large ships. So that is something, yes, they could lighten these ropes up. That would be nice. That is an issue. But make sure your physics is set to high. You will notice it work better. So let's grab Triton here. So I'll show you what a large ship that's ballasted properly will do. That's a very light ship. That I kind of expect that to turn over a little bit. So it would be nice if they would fix that, the mass on those. But I don't think it's game breaking at the moment. Let's go here. Let's put Triton with ropes on it. You guys have seen Triton with ropes on before. And so the difference here with how Triton works, you know, again, I've showed this before, is this has like 500,000 weight. So about 1,000,000 pounds of ballast. This is all water. Those are all weight blocks. This is a huge ballast block. That's all water. This is all fuel. That's all fuel. This is all fuel. So, you know, what the complaint from the person on Reddit was that my large ship is tipping over. And so, you know, your large ship needs to weigh like a large ship. Of course, yes, the ropes would be better if they were not overweight. But it is an issue, again, of, you know, you know, this is the game we have, and you need to kind of work and build towards that. So, you know, one of the things to do is make sure you're weighting your ships properly so that they will, you know, this has so much weight on the bottom, it can't really tip over. You know, it does seem like, yes, the ropes are overly heavy, but, you know, until we fix that, or until they fix that, that's kind of what you have to do. And the place to put that is on the bug tracker. So if you, you know, are having issues with that, go on the bug tracker and put a request for them to fix it. And that will be the only way it gets fixed, frankly, is, you know, if you put it in the right place. So, highly recommend that. Let's see. All right, so like a large ship here, like that person had a largest ship on Reddit, and they were having tip-over problems. All right. So we have no issue with Triton with that because it has so much mass. That little mass of the rope is not enough to tip it over. Now, of course, should the rope be tipping any ship over like that? No, but that is currently the way the game is. So if you have an issue with that, go on the bug tracker and, you know, don't make a new post. Search for it and support the ones that somebody has already done. That will be the best way to tell the devs, hey, this is a problem that's affecting a lot of people. This diminishes my gameplay. Please fix this. And that's how we get things fixed. All right, so let's check some more chat. It's good to listen in school. I didn't listen that much in school. Well, I listened in college. You know, most of school I was quite bored by their nonsense. And college I was more interested in. So my grades greatly improved in college. Yeah, a big part of it's being interested in what you're learning. You shouldn't die from the air pressure. You're going to equalize it. You know, your body can, again, we'll do another lesson. Somebody put a snide remark about the science lesson. You know, one thing you need to think about biology, too, is that the same is true for a cell in your body, too, frankly. Let's see, where are we at here? So here, let's get a color change. So here's a cell in your body, right? To make it better. So here, come on, thing. Paint drives me nuts. So here's a cell in your body, right? Well, it's full of water, right? So this whole volume here is full of water. And so as the air pressure comes, so this is why you can pretty much dive down to any depth. There's no problem with your cells rupturing at any depth of water, really. You know, you have all this air pressure. Let's say you have a pressurized room you go in. It's going to push in your cell, and you have the water is pushing back. So you have an equalizing force where the water pushes back. So you don't really have to worry about your cells rupturing if you're in a air pressure. The problem is, so your cells are going to be fine. The problem is things that have air in them are going to be have issues. Like, for example, if you have a hole in one of your teeth. I had that issue when I was flying. I talked about that. I was flying in Jacksonville, and I had an air pocket on one of my teeth. And when the plane was depressurizing, the air was trying to expand in my tooth. And the reason why the air was expanding in the tooth was the air pressure was pushing on the tooth. And so, same with water pressure. So the air pressure shouldn't kill you. What kills you is rapid changes in pressurization. That is, sorry guys, I don't have the screen on the right thing. Let's put it on the display capture. So, you know, the water pressure in the cell is pushing back equally. That's why, you know, you can go diving at incredibly low depths. You just can't do it rapidly. You need to compress and decompress slowly. That's why you need to decompress slowly is, you know, you start getting the gases are dissolved in your liquids, and they start to come out of solution as the pressure goes down. So you need that to go very slowly so the gas has time to escape. Yeah, that's what the bends is the nitrogen's coming out of solution too quickly. That's, you know, you can boil something at any temperature. It's the pressure that causes boiling because you need that pressure to maintain the dissolved gases, essentially. How's it going, Zizo? Yep. So, yeah. So it shouldn't. So the air pressure shouldn't theoretically kill you. It's the rapid change. So, air pressure, like if the pressure was too low, you can't breathe because you need air pressure for gas exchange in your lungs. That was something that, you know, I've talked about rapid decompression in airplanes before. Is you need to put your mask on quickly because it will literally make it so that the air cannot pass the cell membrane, and you'll literally will suffocate. So. I doubt they're gonna add crush damage. We'll have to see. We'll see. Well, see how they if they do it, how they do it. They do have a pressure gauge. They have a pressure gauge. It's not really doesn't really read properly. Wouldn't it be kilopascals though? What's metric pressure? Is it kilopascals? How's it going there, Sergeant Chaos? The chat's jumping on me. I'm trying to catch up with everybody. Guys were talking. Well, a lot of talking here, so let's catch up. How's it going, Kawato? Yep, the pressurization is available. You know, read the updates. If you read the updates, they tell you exactly what's going on. So the pressurization is coming to everybody. They do this with every DLC. They add new stuff for everybody, and they also give some stuff for DLC. So that's why I get annoyed when people call it a cash grab or say it's greedy. It's you know, greedy is when they completely split the player base on purpose to essentially guilt people in or, you know, FOMO them into buying the DLC. These devs are going, you know, above and beyond to try to make sure that they give most of the features to people who don't buy the DLC, and then those who want to support the game can pay for the DLC. The ropes are still tipping small boats, but the higher physics is helping with that. So if you have a tiny boat, the ropes are still going to do it. It is a problem. Go to the feature request and support one of the ones that ask for the ropes to be fixed. That is something that a lot of people have been talking about. Likely the devs will work on it at some point. Yep, Daniel K is talking about lowered the physics and the lobster stop working. Was that your lobster there that was swimming that I saw on the Discord? What's going on, Rasmus? Review channel grand opening opened yesterday. Citrus, where have you been? I opened the review channel. That does remind me I have to talk. Review channel is open. It was opened at 8:08 p.m. yesterday, so 20:08 Eastern, 0008 Zulu last night. So review channel's open. Let's see. I don't know. I disagree with that, Rasmus. I think it's most games will do this. It's like what, for example, you have a game like say Escape from Tarkov. You can put everything on low. It looks absolutely trash. It runs like trash, but it allows some people to play. And if you told those people, hey, you can't play because we're gonna make sure you can't have the options required to play, I think those people would not like that. So I think it is reasonable to say, I think it is reasonable to make the game so that it can go down, I think. But people need to acknowledge that when you go below the maximum setting for the game, that is not desired results. You know, it would be like if somebody complained about the way a game looks and they're on all low settings. Well, that's not how the game looks. That's how the game looks on low settings. And the game is supposed to be played on ultra, and that's what it should look like. So I get what you're saying, but I think there are a lot of people who, for example, they have a potato PC and they want to play a game and they can put the game on low and they can still play the game, and then when they upgrade, they can then play their favorite game on high. And I've had a lot of games where I've been wanting, for example, one of the reasons I upgraded my PC was for Tarkov, was I had to play Tarkov on medium. And then, back when I first started Tarkov, I only had 16 gigs of RAM. Well, I upgraded to 32 gigs of RAM, and if you said I couldn't play Tarkov at all because I didn't have enough RAM, okay, the game won't even launch if you don't have 32 gigs of RAM. Well, I think it's better to say, okay, the game will run, but it's not going to run well. And then you say, okay, I really like this game. Now I'm going to go out and I'm going to purchase the other 16 gigs of RAM so that I now can enjoy the game how it's supposed to be. Like most games, high-end games are now needing like 32 gigs. The ropes are too heavy, but part of the issue is the low physics. They're still tipping over little boats. They shouldn't be doing that, of course. Like you saw, I just did the experiment. It's tipping over small boats. Shouldn't be doing that. But hopefully they'll fix that. But one thing again is a lot of things like people say the crane doesn't work or the door doesn't work on this build. A lot of that is also physics. So recommend that people try to run on high physics. Yep, the rope's definitely way too much. They need to work on that at some point. You're not really going to be able to get crushed by water pressure if, what crushes you with water pressure is that you have air in your body. So you think the air in your lungs. So, you will get crushed because you have air in your lungs. So eventually the air will be crushed in your lungs. The air will pressurize as well. The main thing is the rapid change in pressure is the problem. You're 70% water, so that water is pressing back at the same water pressure when you pressurize yourself underwater. Yep, pretty much. Yep, they're giving most of the changes to everybody, and then the added content, which is what a DLC is really should be, and I think they do a good job of it, is it's added content. They're making big changes to the game. They're coming to everybody. And then the added content is if you want that added content, you pay. Oh, you can't. You should be able to post Citrus. Let me check it. Citrus, if you can do a test for me for the review channel. Let me check permissions. View channel is open. Create invite is open. Embedded links, attached files. Okay, thanks, Citrus. Send messages was off. Try it now. Thank you, thank you, thank you. That was my error in not doing that. Try that, Citrus, now. Yeah, I missed one of the permissions. So I did it so you could embed links but not message. So I thought it would allow the links to go in, but it's not allowing it to do it because the message wasn't selected as well. So try it now. See if you can get. Okay, I see them going in there now. So yep, that's working now. Okay, thank you guys. Yeah, usually like something like that. If you see the channel, you're trying to paste in there, just send me a message. That's usually I have to change the permissions each time. So sometimes they I miss one of them. It should work on low, but I think what they're doing is reducing calculations. So okay, so it's mass from the rope anchor, Sergeant Chaos. So like if the rope anchor was in the center, it wouldn't tip it. Yep. So the way creation review is working now, I'll go over that really quick. Is submissions are going to be. So I changed it because there were too many in there. I just was never going to be able to get them done, and it's a lot of work. So I would have like in one day, people would put up enough for 3 weeks, and so that just was untenable. And so what will happen now is you put in your builds you want reviewed. So submissions will be open from the start date to the end date. So I announced they were opened, and I announced the close dates 9:14 at 0400 Zulu, so the morning of 9:14 my time. And so then what will happen is I will do voting. So the community will vote for their top 4 they would like to see reviewed, and then I will pick the 5th. So say, for example, somebody posts every week and they never get selected, I might choose them as the one that I want to be the 5th. So that allows me to add somebody I might see that's not getting theirs reviewed. Or if somebody's always being reviewed and somebody's not, I can add them on as the 5th. So you can put in 1 build per submission time frame. People used to spam, like somebody would put up 5 of their builds, and it's like, and I was reviewing every build, so I just can't do that anymore. It must be your build. I don't want to review somebody's build who does not want me to review their build. So that's why I say you have to post your own build. I can't test every aspect of the build. Some people are putting on builds that would take me an hour to review just their build if I went through every piece. That's not going to happen. I'm going to try to give them equal time. So, if your build is ultra complicated, there's no way I can go through every little aspect of it. I'll go through, what I can in the normal amount of time. Let's see. Builds must be submitted to the workshop. Because I'm gonna get 900 requests from people. Hey, where was that? Where can I get that build reviewed? Where can I get that build review? I don't see a link. So I'm gonna link all the workshop links in the description of the video. So they need to be on the workshop. So make sure you're putting some instructions on there. You notice how I always read the workshop page. That's part of the review. I always do that. Make sure you have some instructions so I know how you want this build run, because I've had builds before where I get in there, there are literally like no instructions, and I'm not going to sit there and just figure it out. I need some instructions, um, you know, so that I'm not spending a ton of time just trying to imagine how you want it built, and then you'll get people complain, oh, you didn't do it right. Well, you didn't tell me how you wanted me to do it, so I did it however I had to guess. So, and then I reserve the right not to review any builds. So, for example, you put something offensive up or something, you know, that YouTube's not going to like because it's offensive, I'm not going to review it. You know, if somebody is rude or if somebody, which very, very rarely does anything like that happen, I can choose not to review a build. So that's open. I already see a bunch of people putting stuff in there. So that's good. Let's finish up the chat and then we'll start building. What vote rule? Oh, okay, the rules there. It should be pinned. Yeah, it says pinned right here. Pinned message. Yeah, when I do the votes, it will I'll put up, the voting stuff. Okay, nice. Yeah. So just center line ropes seem to be working better now. Okay. Yep. So hopefully eventually they fix that. Again, it would be better if it was fixed, but we kind of have to go with what they have for now. So let's go ahead and take a look at what I did. I did some work on this last night. So we now have a number. It's number 6. I have some equipment doors. I have some fake equipment doors. This is a panel for transmission maintenance. More equipment over here. Fix the fuel tanks. So those are going in here. Those are going well now. So let's see. So it's pretty well hooked up now. So that's the what I did on the cab, on the tractor. And then I need to put in T-TIS. So let's find, let's load up the template trailer. I have to put in T-TIS. I've been running without any trailer brakes for a while here. I want to do that. So it should be right here somewhere. Right there. I think the 51. Did the 51 have a... Here's trailer template. Let's see. Okay, they're the same. I'll grab this one then. All right, so T-TIS is the tractor-trailer integration system. So that needs to go into the trailer that got taken out. I deleted it at one point accidentally. So that needs to go back in. Yep, and then review build will go whenever I kind of feel like it for putting it back up. It takes a lot of time. I need to make sure the views are reasonable. If I'm not getting enough views on there, it's hard to keep, to spend a lot of time on it because it could take a lot of time to do. So Kingpin gets connected. Let's see what else we have. Trailer variable brakes. Variable brakes, okay. Marker clearance lights. Okay. Trailer park brakes. Okay, what do we got here? Right directional. Left directional. I think it should be both of them. Nope, RGB port. Okay, good. So I had them right. T-TIS could use an update at some point. All right, and then you are light cord or Kingpin, so we're going to go from the light cord. All right, so that is plugged in, so I should have trailer brakes now. It says right on there that the open review will close on 9/14. I think I did that midweek. Let me see calendar-wise. It's not going to be very long. I don't want to keep the voting up for a long time. I find that most people vote pretty quickly, and then, so what I'll probably try to do is, let's see, if it's the 14th, I'll probably keep voting open till maybe the morning of the 16th. That way I can do the video over the weekend. So that's probably the plan. So it'll probably be, if it closes the 14th, voting will open up right at closing, and then it'll be open for like 2 days. And then voting will be closed, and then I can do the video. So that's probably what we'll do. My trailers, they have the same height. They have the same height as SibTat, but my system, I prefer to SibTat. Everything should work. It doesn't work with SibTat. You can make it work with SibTat if you want. Mine is more realistic. I have trolley brakes. I have a proper parking brake system, and I do a light cord. I don't do the Kingpin. You could use the Kingpin if you wanted, but I use the light cord instead of the Kingpin. And then I have more detailed lighting. I have US lighting. So for example, in the US, a trailer does not have reverse lights on it. The tractor does. So mine follow the US standard and are a little bit more realistic. So I have things like Jake brake and trolley brake and independent tractor and trailer brakes. SIBTAT pretty much is parking brake for all systems. So it's not very realistic, so I don't like using it. But the heights are all correct. So you could hook it up to a SIBTAT truck and it would connect. Let's see. Let's do, what do you? Let's go. So doing pretty well on this truck. It's starting to get towards the finishing stages. I'll show you what I worked on. I worked on a bunch of the, worked on the pivot here. Let's save this up. Let's launch it together, see what it needs. Hit a bunch of microcontrollers, of course. 2040, okay. All right, let's go ahead and we'll load this trailer. Make sure all the, I need to make sure that TTIS is connected and working. That's why I made TTIS, was I was, originally going to use SIBTAT, but SIBTAT just doesn't have a lot of features that I want, like trolley brakes, Jake brakes. The lights weren't, to US standards, so I ended up making my own system over a year ago now. Changed the way the light cord is a little bit on this. Like I use a light cord, which is the way you would do it IRL. All right, let's just check, make sure that my brakes should be on now with SIBTAT connected. Yep, brakes are on. Okay, good. Let's go ahead. We'll go for a little drive here. Just want to make sure everything's working. So, like, for example, this is how a real tractor trailer... what is it? What's it having an issue with now? Let's look. I'll just turn on infinite for now because I'm not testing that right now. So the way a tractor works IRL is the you have your air supply for your tractor. It's yellow on the right. You have your trailer supply, which is red. And you need air pressure to release the brakes. So I just added this system now. So you have to pump up above 20 psi. And you'll be able to release your brakes now. TTIS also has a trolley brake. Trolley brake is should be on spacebar too. I haven't hooked that up yet, but the trolley brake is just putting on the trailer brakes. So if you have the trolley brake, that just does trailer brakes. And so I've showed this. I can actually show it really well with this now. Let's go in. So like, because this has the tiller, like, so say, what is going on here? Oh, I bet you the brakes aren't coming off. Let's see what I did here. Yep, brakes aren't coming off. See what's up with TTIS. Something's up with TTIS. Oh, I made a change too. I gotta figure out what the change I made was. Let's check the light cords. I changed the light cord around too. So. Okay, that's right there, light cord. Oh, so this has the air brakes. I have to fix the air brakes on that side too. So there's light cord goes up to here. That should plug in. This is light cord there. And TTIS, light cord or kingpin. Okay, good. Right. See what's up with this. So there's Jake brake, tractor variable brakes, trailer parking brake. Okay, right here. So this is spring brakes. Spring brakes are your brakes that come on if you run out of air pressure. So spring brakes will come on if the let's check, make sure these are plumbed in. They should be, but that's 7 and 8 are gonna be our they're faked air pressure essentially. And then the 12 should be, I need to figure the number for this. Okay, I bet this is the issue. All right, let's check it out. So yeah, so like my system has trolley brakes. So like for example, if you were in a slippery condition and you slam on the brakes on the tractor, if the wheels in the trailer locked up, the trailer would try to come next to you and the trailer would try to pass the tractor because it weighs more. And so what you would do is you grab the trolley brake, which you put on the brakes just on the trailer, and then you would give the tractor power and you try to outrun the trailer. So now the trailer is going slower than the tractor again, and what that will cause is the trailer to go back behind the tractor. So, you know, that prevents you from jackknifing. As the trailer tries to push the tractor, you'll jackknife. And so as you start to have the trailer come past you, you grab the trolley brake, and now the trailer is going to pull you straight again. And so you need that in a tractor trailer. You need trolley brakes. And Jake brake, what a Jake brake does is it turns the engine into a compressor, and so just the drive wheels will get some extra braking force because the engine is helping to stop the tractor, and so that will just do the brakes on there. So mine's a more simulatory system. I need to see what I'm sending out to the trailer here. All right, let's see. Where the hell are we here? See what I was doing here. Let's check this. That is 11. So 11 is trailer supply. Where is 11? Where the hell is 11? I don't even see 11 right now. Trying to find, there's 11 right here. Okay, so 11. And what are you? So I've made some changes. I added in air brakes in this system. So okay, so right here, if the spring brakes are less than an average of 20, so if essentially you don't have enough air to release the brakes will spring on. And so what is that? Z. Okay, so if it's X is on and not Z, we want to send out to what number are you? 1, 2, 3, 4, and that's 10. Okay, so 10. 10. So we read out on 10. Okay. I'll have to go back here. I didn't edit this for the air brakes that I put in, so I have to do that. And then here's 10. So if 10 is not on, or the kingpin is not connected, put on the trailer brakes. Interesting why that's not working. Let's test it again, see what's up. So I added air brakes, so it makes it a little bit more complicated. So I need to get up over 20 PSI average on the tanks. Trailer supply is on, which means the trailer brake should come off. Let's see what's up. Why am I in the back? Go. Let me make sure this isn't... okay, that's good. Make sure we're holding air pressure. Brakes false. Okay, brakes should be false. Beautiful. Okay. All right, so like you would use the trolley brake. Say, for example, you got in a bad situation where the trailer started sliding around you like this. You would grab some trolley brake, and that would brake the trailer, and the tractor, the front segment, is still trying to move. So what would happen is, as soon as you grab the trolley brake, the trailer would do this. It would straighten right back out because now the trailer is moving slower than the tractor again. And so what you don't want to do is have the trailer come around you like this, because what it's going to do is it's going to turn the tractor like that, and it's going to cause you to jackknife. And so that is dangerous. So that's, again, why I made my own system and didn't just use like SibTat. Didn't have enough stuff for me. So for example, like, whoa, why are we tripping over? I think I got caught on something. Okay, there we go. So for example, like trolley brake here is, this will just do the brakes on the trailer. So just brake the trailer. So like that is just trailer brakes. And then Jake brake, as long as I have my foot in the accelerator, you get no Jake brake. As soon as you take your foot off the accelerator, the engine starts working as a compressor brake, and it will slow you down. And so use that on hills to save your brakes, essentially. So let's see how this is behaving here. So I'm digging the new paint job. Different paint job than that was on the weekly update, but put the 6 on there. Did a little bit of a change to roof line. I don't know if I like it yet. I think I do. Of the tiller operator there. I need to do a little paint in there. We'll go take this on site. We have to be careful of the low clearance. This is designed to be a city truck. It's not a not an off-road vehicle. This is designed to be a city truck, so it doesn't have a very high clearance here, so we have to kind of watch what I'm doing here. I don't want to make it artificially tall. I'd rather it lose the competition and have... lose the competition and have the truck I want than to make it artificially... Like, I ran it around last live stream on Sawyer Islands, and it was fine. Just some of this hilly stuff, it's not going to be able to deal with. All right. So let's go ahead. I didn't even do anything to SibTat working, so let's check. What else do we need to check here? Let's see. Let's go ahead and spawn this. I did a couple changes I want to test out on the ladder. So we'll just take it outside and we'll hook the, we'll put the ladder out, make sure all the ladder stuff's working. This is starting to get towards the end of, you know, what it needs to do. All right, lights are radio controlled. Those are on all on. Let's check some of the other lights out. So headlights. Okay, markers are on. Running lights are on. Markers. These markers need to be hooked up. Okay. Let's see. I have left directionals hooked up. I might not have my directionals hooked up yet. Might have to do that. Nope, directionals are hooked up. Okay. Okay, directionals are hooked up. Okay, good. So those should all be good. If I lose connection with you guys, there's a thunderstorm going on, so we'll see. So you see why my engine's not running anymore. CG, I just said the vote will be open for 2 days. What is a map? Do I have a... I don't know, Citrus. I don't think so. I tend to do both methods on my stabilizers now. All right, so let's go ahead. We'll just park it here and we'll test out all the systems. So ideally, when you're going to fight the fire, you're going to want to jackknife the tractor and the trailer. So you'll jackknife it like this, and that will give you more stability. So then you'll set your brakes. We'll go into neutral. We'll leave it running. And then we'll go stabilizers out. Cat's freaking out. Why are you not working now? Oh, did I redo the doors? Now the stabilizers don't want to work. All right, I have to deal with that. Oh, I might have raised them too much. I'll have to fix them. Oh, they went down for some reason. There we go. They went down. I pressed the down button. They went all the way down. And then they didn't want to move. Okay. So that's down. Okay. So I increased the speed of the rotation. So that seems to be handling it fine, not having any problems. Okay, we'll stop speed. Go out. This is still having some issues I have to consider. Yeah, this is still doesn't want to behave. Yeah, it's still binding up. There we go. You just gotta jiggle it a little bit. It's not my favorite. It's kind of a game thing. You kind of have to do it. I have to work on the turret some more. Turrets. P-value is too high in the turret, so I have to adjust that. You see, it wants to keep rotating. I have to keep playing with the p-value. I have to play with the d-value too, probably on this one. This one's gonna need some d-value, I think. So, and then we have 6 for water. You get a good spray distance, so that's spraying pretty reasonably for what we'd be doing with this. So, digging that. That works for me. All right, so most of it's working, so I'll write down some things that need working on here. So we need a... So the ladder yaw tuning. Okay, ladder yaw tuning. That's the main thing there. I'll add some power to the linear tracks on the ladder. See if I can't force it into a secure position. I think what else I need. What else do I need here? This is getting pretty close to being ready. Put some maybe put some fake ladders on the side here. I need to see if I can do that. So let's do fake ladders. So fake ladders. Okay. Let's go take a walk around, open up all the tool chests, see how those look. Tools. 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 I want to put on a maybe a fire hose to be able to plumb in water connections on here. So I'll do water connections. For filling and fighting. Cat's just like sitting in my face looking at me. What's up, bud? He doesn't like the thunder. Is it not fun? Come here. When you sit with me, bud? So I have a bunch of tools here. So we've got outfits and some extinguishers, more extinguishers, med supplies. Try to keep the kind of the themes. This is not attached. So that needs to be attached. Repair stuff there. Some oxygen. Hazmat stuff there on that side. Has a good supply of water. It's got about 5,300 liters, so this one needs to be attached as well. That one's falling apart too. Alright, so not too shabby. So pretty close to where it needs to be. Let's go ahead and start work on the trailer again. I'll check chat in a second. Okay, for Citrus, you could just use the altimeter system then. Put an altimeter on the port side, put an altimeter on the starboard side. You can, you need to put it through a microcontroller so when you go in reverse, they invert. So if you go ahead and you watch the new player career build series, that you can just pretty much follow that portion of it. I don't think I have anything on the workshop for it. I should do that at some point. Started doing the transmission tutorial, but that's I gotta finish doing all that. I'm just reading some chat here. I'm going. How's it going there, Brian? Aren't this vehicle... What? Aren't this vehicle optionable counter steering rear axle? Yes, it's a challenge. No. So the way this steers is you have either a tiller operator sit in the tiller seat, or you can also use the left-right on the keyboard to do it from the cab. So in real life, you'd have somebody sitting in the tiller, and because in game, you know, you might be playing solo, you can also do it in the cab yourself. But that's for RP. You know, in real life, the tiller operator would be steering the rear axle. So it doesn't do it automatically. No interest in doing it automatically. You have a human being do it in real life. That's how we do it. We're not putting people out of work. So let's see. Let's read some of this here. Oh, interesting. Why are you trying to control the bow manually? Read my notes here. Ladder yaw turning, add power. Okay. Let's play with this really quick. So these are, let's see, what are you? This is set to 132, speed of 1.5. These are 132. See, the problem is I can't control the speed of these. So let's go max power on these linears. And let's see if this will help. So I have 4 linears now trying to keep this ladder behaving itself. So let's see. Let's do that and see if we can't get this to behave itself. All right. All right, so we'll get the ladder turning. When it's turning is when it least likes to send the ladder up. Okay, that really doesn't like that. Something's backwards. All right, what the hell's backwards here? Oh, they're not hooked up, I don't think. Sports, raise. Okay, they're not hooked up anymore. Okay, they're not hooked up anymore. That's why. What are you? Ladder. Okay, let's see. What's the ladder have on it now? Value, water pump, nozzle yaw, nozzle pitch, turret ring, raise, ring position. Okay, let's screw with the p-value really quick here. Yaw p-value, let's go output, go small, linear tracks, small linear tracks. Let's see, standard tracks right here. Okay. I don't think this can go past. Yeah, this should be able to go past 1.5. Okay, 1.5 enabled. Negative 1.5. Negative 1.5. 1.5. Okay. Small linear tracks go there, and then we want to do, if it's 1, go up. If it's there, nope, go there, please. Bool. Where are we at here? Not. And we are X or Z. All right. It's not X or Z. Reset it to 0. All right, let's try this. Trying to get that ladder to, I'm trying to make it foolproof where it never hangs up, so. Yeah, it could just be that at the end of the day, it's a game thing. It's just gonna want to hang up at points, so. Might have to accept it, but we'll see. It's pretty good now, but it's not perfect, and I'd like to get it as perfect as possible. All right, we'll start rotating here. I want to try to get it rotating reasonably fast, so see. So see, it still wants to hang up even with that, so. All right, I think that is a little bit better. All right, so sometimes it hangs up. You just have to reset it. There's not much you can do about that. Just kind of a game thing is sometimes it's going to hang up because, of course, you know, can't get it perfect like you would in real life. You screw with this turret ring and get these numbers to function right. All right. Doing all right there, Al. How are you? That's good. Gyro's working for you. If it works, it works. That's like you'll get people to be like, "Oh, that's not the right way to do that." Does it work? Then it works. There's a many a way to do many of different things. And at the end of the day, if it works, it works. You know, you get people telling you, "Oh, don't do it that way." Of course, consider if there's a better way to do it. But it's like sometimes people say, "Oh, don't do it that way." It's like, well, does it work? Then it works. And there's many ways to do so many things in game that it's like, you kind of have to, and there's reasons why certain things work too. So what's that? Current rotation. Okay. Okay. This is hooked up current rotation instead of speed. Maybe that's what's my issue. Maybe I have to end up doing it like that. We'll see in a second. So it's probably, is it positional that's doing it? Okay, I'm going to pull this really quick. I need to pull this microcontroller. I need to tune this rotation up. Oh, don't do that. All right, so yeah, it's doing a ring position. I don't really want a ring position. What the hell am I doing the other one? I haven't played with these turret rings in a while, so I have to screw with it. Because I don't think it will read out speed. Check something here. Velocity pivot for a second. Okay, that's why it's probably doing this. Okay, it's reading current rotation. That's my issue. All right, that's fine. What we'll do is this. I'll change this out to a velocity pivot that's running this. I haven't played with these turret rings in a while. Let's do this. We'll make it a bearing. How big is this sucker? Okay. So let's turn this ring into a bearing. So max power is 0. Let's go. Where we are here. Eventually we'll find it. What the hell is it? Raise. Turret ring. Right here, turret ring. Okay. That needs to go to the velocity pivot now. And then we'll read out the speed of the velocity pivot. Okay. Screw with that now. See if I can get that to work better for me. So we use the ring as a bearing. And then, did I plug in the p-value? I don't think I did. Okay, that's plugged there, and then I need to plug it in here. Okay, that would be why. There we go. All right, it looked plugged in because it was plugged into its old node. All right, we'll start with 1. That's why I was resetting its position. Holy mother! That's excessive. All right, so it is backwards to start with. Let's do that. 1 is way too friggin' high. Wowza. Wowza. I have infinite electricity on. Power is not set to 0, and I have infinite electricity on. Is that what you're talking about? Let's see. This needs to be inverted. Okay, where are we at here? All right, good. Let's do that. Okay, let's go. We'll go small number, and then I'll increase it as I see what the hell it's going to do. All right, there we go. I'll check up, trying to see what you're saying there. You've been stung by a bee. Yeah, hopefully your ribs get cooked without any need for the fire department. It's never good to need the fire department. Uh-oh. I used to never be allergic to like bees and whatnot, and I got stung by hornets like 3 weeks in a row mowing the lawn, and then I started like having some issues, and I was like, it's best to take a break. Yeah, see this? It's hanging up. It's supposed to put that lock off when I go forward. See, it's hanging again. You suck so bad. Why are you hanging? I hate it. Get up there, you scumbag. There we go. Okay. Can't use the position of the ladder and a greater than if you use the bigger tracks. What? I don't know what you're talking about there, Rasmus. Ladder's working fine. The turret, I have to work on the turret and the velocity pivot, but I'm doing velocity pivot now for this, so. Let's increase the speed of this a little bit. So 0.01, let's go 0.05. Hopefully that's not insanity. Nope, that's working all right there. Why is it trying to unwind is the question. See, I don't want it to command to 2. Why is it commanding to 2? Okay, I know why. So let's see. Ladder's working fine. I don't know what you're saying. I am building a fire truck. Okay, let's see. Let's go 1. Let's change this to here. Let's do this. Go like this. We'll put a correction factor in. Do that. We'll put a correction factor in here. So this will be the rotation multiplier. What did I put it up to? 0.05, 0.05. So 0.05, okay, so this is going to be this times 0.05, so it'll be x times z. Okay. And then we will, so that's x times z there. That's not really 0.05, but let's try that. And then I need to go here, and this needs to be, AD needs to be, okay, it is reset 100% already. All right, let's see what it does. Yeah, let's make that 0.05. It's probably going to be way too small. Now let's go to 1. Okay, good. We're starting to move now. So now I can start to increase this p-value. Very small number. Okay, let's go up. Yeah, didn't like that at all. All right, why is damage on? That's the question. Shut that off in a second here. I don't know. What, I shouldn't need the multiplier if I have that in there. I just need to work the other numbers. So let's play with this some. Let's try to do it without the multiplier. It's already doing that. So it's going to give me a speed number here of, let's get rid of the instantaneous nature of it. I want it to stop pretty quickly though, so the PID's still going to have some variability in it. Let's go, I don't know. Let's try to keep this as a reset and put a 10% on it. And then that's still good. Let's check this. Do no multiplier on it. Okay. And then this is going to be let's pivot yaw. Okay. See how fast it slows down and stops. Just don't want it to return back to back. See, this doesn't want to zero out, which is annoying. See, it doesn't want to zero out. It should be zeroing out. I don't know why it doesn't want to zero out. See, it's very slow to zero out there, so might have to put in some D value in there to try to get that to work for me. Okay, let's see. Alright, so I need to screw with the D value to get this to stop. So I've let go, see what it does. See, it wants to get, it wants to sit around there. Okay, let's go up a little bit. Let's try to get this right on the money where it needs to be. It's coming down, but it's just not coming down fast enough, and so it's sending it backwards. Start increasing this. Why does it not want to go down to 0 very fast? It's doing it, but it's just very slow. There we go. It's finally getting down to 0 now. I could put a correction in there. Why the hell does it want to spring back is the question. It doesn't want to ever get to 0. Let's see. Try reset 100% again, see if I can get better results in this. I need it to completely zero out so the PID will stop it. 0.1. All right, let's do this. Stop farting around here. Give it exactly what I want. Let's see. Okay. Okay, that should give me a proper zero number on there. And then we'll see what we can do. All right, just telling it to go 0. Come on, dude. Why are you misbehaving? The whole reason the PID's there is to stop it from returning. Try to run it raw data, see if it will friggin' take it without being a pain in the ass. I don't want to have to tune the PID all day either. I don't need to tune the PID now. It's way too fast, but... Yeah, see, it doesn't want to stop again. What the Christ is it doing? Okay, way too fast. Let's just fix that. Maybe the PID's just kind of causing it problems. Let's go. Da-da-da-da. Okay, that's going to work better. My fear was that the ladder is going to try to move with gravity where the PID would stop it from doing that, but I think this is just going to work best because the PID never wants to get back to 0. And I want to tune it all day. So this is working better. Why is that hanging up? What is hanging up? It's not bad. It's hanging up, but it's, you know, it's not terrible. All right, so the see, it's doing it again where it wants to see it wants to auto rotate the fucking thing. Okay, it's because of the ladder segment. That's the phantom physics stuff that's obnoxious. See, like I'm not rotating it; it's the phantom physics that's rotating it. That's why I put the PID in, was to so the PID would counteract the phantom physics automatically, but wherever. Okay. That's not too bad. It's pretty reasonable. Not perfect, but never gonna get it perfect. Let's try something here. Trying to see where it's hanging up the most, so get rid of this ladder segment here. Stand by, guys. I'm gonna throw you a quick ad. I have to take this phone call. All right, I'm back. I'm gonna get another phone call in a minute that I have to take, but let's see where we're at here. The big track sliders have a position point. Okay. What do you mean? Yeah, I'm using big track sliders and I'm using little track sliders, and it's working fine. I don't know what you're talking about. Let's see. I want to delete this. Okay, let's try that. I was trying to find what's hanging up and trying to eliminate it as much as I can. There's certain things I'm just not going to be able to get to not hang up. It's just going to do it. But try this, see if that was hanging up. Rotation's better now. The whole reason I wanted the PID was if gravity tries to take it, I don't want it to take it, so. Or if the phantom physics, I wanted the PID to autocorrect, so it's not going to probably do it now. See there, it's grabbing something. I wonder if it's grabbing those two blocks that are right there below it. But yeah, it has the large one here, which is up, down, and it has these, which is a number. So it has 4 of those, and it has 1 of these. So they're all hooked up correctly, or else it wouldn't be running. Let's see. Okay, it's working pretty well now. It's got that little grab it does in the beginning. I might just have to live with that and not be able to do anything with it. Let's see. Try to find where there's a couple other grab spots that could be grabbing here, like right here. That's one there. Let's see. That blue piece there it wants to grab, and that's the fluid, so I can't really screw with that. What I could do is move this up 1, but then and then put a ladder piece here. that doesn't really change what the issue is. So let's do this. Let's go cut, cut, cut. Just trying to get anything that could grab and get rid of it. Okay. Okay, that's fine. That now empty there. Okay, that is. Like to put some pistons back on, but those sometimes act a fool and cause physics problems, so we'll have to see. Want to get this fixed before I try doing that. Okay. What is going on here now? Not what I clicked on. All right, good. Okay. All right, let's see if this will not hang up. Probably gonna have a little bit of hang up no matter what I do. It's just kind of be the way of it. You know, it's as it shakes, it wants to go and it wants to grab blocks, since the blocks will phase into one another. There's not much I can do about it, but it's working reliably enough. So see, that's what it does. It tries to twist, and then you push it again. Come on, come on, come on, just do it. What the fuck? Okay. Working better before than I made this change. Damn it. When was the last time I saved this? Not recently enough. Do this. Alright, spawn that, see how this works. Try to see what's hanging. Why won't you click? Come on, click. Make sure the speeds are all the same. See if that's causing any sort of hang up. Check the other linear tracks, make sure they're facing the right direction too. See if I screwed up there. A little bit of a hang, but it's not too bad. Let's see if we can get those linear tracks back in. Just trying to get as much power to it so it doesn't want to hang up on me. I didn't put his track segment under here. That's why it was having problems before. Okay. I put one above it, and then I forgot to put the one below it. All right. Let me see where we're at here. It's a pain to see in here. Where are we at here? Okay. Can I click on this and have it not be obnoxious? There we go. Okay. There we go. Good. That's mated there. Nope. There we go. Mate that. Okay. And put that piece in there. I did. Okay. Good. Let's see. Where are these segments here? Right there. Okay. Small linear tracks. There. Okay. There we go. It's gonna hang no matter what. It's pretty much I've got blocks touching blocks and a big segment that moves, so it just kind of has to. I'll just put it in the description that stop the ladder movement before you extend the ladder, or reset it. If it's misbehaving, just reset it. It's working fine. It's just you have to reset it a little bit. So. Try speeding this section back up. Change the gear ratios on these. Try it one more time. I don't think I'm ever going to get it perfect, so I don't want to beat the dead horse here. It's going to want to, the inner ladder segment's going to want to rub against blocks on the side. And it's going to hang up, and then you just got to power through it, and it's going to eventually power through. There we go. All right. That's working. Just might have to double tap it, and it's kind of got to live with it. Okay, good. There we go. All right, good. So that's working fine. Get rid of this stuff here. Fix this panel back up. So I'm happy with that. That's working fine now. Never going to get it perfect. I kind of have to just concede that I can't get it perfect. I'm just going to spend all day trying to get it, that last little 1% to make it better, and it's not going to happen. All right, right there. Right here, where do you on? A couple of these that needed it. Right here, okay. Go. All right, those look fixed. Okay, good. Let's see what else is in my notes here. I'll check some chat here as I'm going through. All right, so I'm happy how this is going now. Yep, City loves to walk on the keyboard. He wasn't liking the Thunder for a little while there. Thunder was bugging him. Let's work on the DOT tape here for a little bit. DOT, 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 okay. So put a little bit of, fix some of this DOT tape because I kept moving stuff around. Okay. DOT tape has to be a little bit offset. So there's the door right there. Door right there. I don't want it in the door, so where's the door? Right there. Okay, good. Give me a block. There we go. Okay. And this is just DOT tape. It's reflective tape, so that if the trailer's across the road, it will reflect, because a lot of people get killed when they think that, not know that the trailer is sitting across the road, and they come along and they can see the tractor and not the trailer, and they go under the trailer. So, not that you have to worry about going under this trailer. This trailer is pretty low, so. Merge you. All right, good, 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 good. Let's see what else my notes say. Ladder yaw tuning, that's done. If I could read my handwriting, that would be absolutely beautiful. Faster ladders, okay. Add power or something, track ladder, okay, that's done. Okay, water. I need to be able to fill my water tank, so I need like a water control panel for the trailer here. I'll see where I'm at here, where I want to put that. I need to put in a control unit here, so let's do that as well for the supports. So maybe I'll do supports on this. I don't know, I kind of want it on one side. Maybe right here. Could be there. Okay. Let's go ahead and let's start working on the support panels here. I want to dandy these up, make them a little bit interesting as well. So maybe we'll do it right here, this door. So this door is going to come up and block us, so I'm trying to see where I want to do this here. Maybe here. Yeah, I'm thinking maybe there. Da da da. Okay. What do we have for space here? Can I do a 3? Yeah, I could do a 3 there. All right. The other side's different, so I have to keep that in mind too. See what the interior looks like here. So that I can't do there because of the I could do a 2 panel here probably. Because that hard point's going to cause me problems. Could do a 1. What I'll do, I think, is I'll take one of the already established ones here, and I have a duplicate in there somewhere I don't really need. Let's go ahead and spawn. I'm going to see what all my supply doors are, and I'm going to move them around. Or make one that will control water and all that. Could do this one here. So I want to do one where it has the filling and the ability to firefight from there. So I want to do that. Make the doors thinner if I didn't have paint blocks on them, but I liked having the paint blocks. So. I think these can be symmetrical. I don't know. We do it on one side. Do it right here. Okay. All right, so that will be the door for like water controls and for the support. All right, good. So that's there. Let's go ahead and I'm just going to pull the door for now and we'll fill out this panel. I'm waiting on this phone call too. I wonder when they're going to call. All right, so we've got that. Let's see. I think if I want to go overboard and do PTO for the PTO for that, which would be kind of interesting. The power takeoff from the tractor, but okay, and then we'll grab this and bring this in. Might inlay this one more. I have to kind of see. Yeah, so we'll inlay that one more. Make sure it's not hitting anything. Nope, we're good. Okay, good. All right. Alright, so that's that, and then let's go. That needs to be fixed. Okay. Alright, so that's going to be like water and all my information. I need to paint that, what I just painted. Okay, good. So I think we're pretty good in that. Alright, so we'll be able to plug in water to refill the tank here. So let's make sure that's actually possible to plumb that in. It should, yep, it's right in the tank, so that will work. Okay, good there. Electrical, we'll plug into some of the electricity stuff for, you know, ground power or whatever. Now let's see what else we want to do here. Figure this out later. Your pressures, stuff like that. Okay. Yeah, let me see what number we're on here. I think we're on up to 12. 12. Okay, so this will be 13. 13, and then this will go from here to here to here. Number output 13. Da, da, da. Bingo. Okie doke. What did I screw up? Oh, I didn't change it over to 13, I think. Nope, I did. Okay. Plugged, you plugged. Okay. I didn't plug this in. Okay, that's what I didn't do. Okay. All right. So let's see. All right. I need to go around the frame here, so I need to do some painting there. All right. But that's good to have water in there, and we'll put in some stuff like water pressure, stuff like that. I need a hose locker, so I need to put some hoses in. Okay, let's see. So that's good so far. So I was thinking of putting some ladders up here. Let's see what they can look like. Why did I do it like that? I don't know. I think. Oh, come on. I hate these arrows. These things are so stupid. They have like really big grab areas, so you end up grabbing the wrong one. That's a pain. I don't know how the ladders are going to look, if they're going to look good or not. I don't think so. I want them here if I'd put, like, cut them in here. That's a pretty short ladder if it's right there. Let's go without them for now. I'm not a huge fan of them. It's an idea, but I'm not a huge fan of them. They're looking pretty good on this so far. So I was going to make it so you can fight fires using some other hoses. I might add that. I might not. I might put it in this panel here, and then you can hook up some hoses and fight directly. So maybe I'll do one hazmat suit and put hoses in here. So that's a thought. Let me read some chat. Thanks, Dan. Okay. Yeah, the inside are going to be a different color. They're going to be probably a hair darker than this, just to be like a shadow almost. But I might just do this color here. Let's go ahead and yeah, I'm wanting to do that. So let's do that while I'm at it. It's a good reminder to do that. Okay. I didn't mean to take the pivot, but it doesn't really matter. I didn't mean to take the pivot. Okay. Let's replace them all. That's what I'll do. So let's go. No, don't load. Please cut. Thank you. Cut. Cut, cut, cut. Okay. Let's paint. Okay. And this was not supposed to be cut there. Okay, good. So let's grab you. Grab you. Not good. Let's take a look. There we go. All right, so we'll do hazmat on this side. We'll do hoses on the other. Oh, symmetry. You're on when I don't want you on, and vice versa. Why don't I just delete? Okay. Oh my god, where is it? For frickin' hell. Trying to find stuff is tough sometimes. There we go. Okay. Alright, so now we have a hose locker right next to where I'm gonna do firefighting. Okay, there we go. I'll be able to run control panel. I need a little door for this one here. For this controller here. We'll go. I could do control both the controls from one. I was gonna make it so you have to come back here, but I think I'm gonna hook it up here. What am I grabbed onto here? A copy of it? Okay. Let's stick it here, and then I'll do both of them here. Yep. Stick it in here, and we'll do both from the one control panel. Alright, so this would be... That's fine. They're oriented correctly, so that's fine. They come in this panel. Bingo. Electricity if we need it, and plug in water. That light will come on when this door swings. They do the back of all these pivots, but yeah, so I like that. Hose is there. We'll plug in, fill up with water, do whatever we need to do. All of my repair equipment there. Plenty of life-saving stuff there. Extra fire X's, clothing. So that should all be pretty good there. I think this is starting to shape up and get pretty good on this. You just read some chat. All right, nice. Nice, nice, nice. I think this is shaping up nicely here. Go ahead and save this before I forget and have tears. Let's see. I need to work on the tractor a little bit. I have to have infinite fuel on for it, so I did some screw around with it yesterday. I have to fix it. I need to look at it. All right, did some screwing around with it. I have to fix it. So here is it's probably plumbing, I bet. Maybe not. So there's fluid port there, fluid port in this tank here. We T-piece it out and it comes up here and it goes into the fluid manifold there. Okay, and then we have a tank here which should be contiguous. It is. We have a spawner with diesel. We should have a fluid here. That goes, I need to still put the adder in there. I don't know where I put one. I thought I had one here, right here, I think. Fluid, yep, fuel 2. Okay, that's fluid level there, and then this one will be fluid level here. Make sure we have fuel in there. It didn't want to run, so. All right, it's 246 liters in that one. It's pretty good. 246 in that one. That's pretty good. We're good there. Okay. Okay. So I chopped something when I was working in here. I need to figure out what I chopped. Probably air, maybe. Air would make sense. Yep, right there. Nope. The air looks good. Oh, right. Yep, right here. This needs to be air there. Okay, I'll fix that. Okay. That's where I chopped the air. So that would be why this doesn't want to work. You see what I want to do for air intakes and stacks. See. Try to get some inspiration from some other trucks. See how I want to do the stacks. These usually don't have big, tall stacks, but I kind of like a big, tall stack, so I kind of want to see what they're doing here for their stacks. See, they have no visible stacks. They're probably all underneath. They probably have side exhausts. Not seeing real tall stacks on these. Nope. I don't think I want tall stacks either. Yeah, so we'll just do some side pipes here for exhaust. And we'll do just an... I kind of want a snorkel on it, but I don't think it needs a snorkel. So right here is where it's screwed up anyway. So we'll do no snorkel on here. This is where it was screwed up, is right here. Let's see where I can run some exhaust here and have it look reasonable. Right under there, maybe. Gonna go under here. Yeah, let's do here. Trying to get it symmetrical, save me some time. Now let's go right there, I think. Okay, good. Okay, that's microcontroller there. What is that? That's physics sensor, so you don't want to screw with that. All right. Okay, this one's not going to want to behave itself, so we'll go up one. Theoretically, if it ever lets me just do what I'm asking it to do. Okay. Couple cats on there, get rid of some smoke. These outs or ins? Outs. Those are ins, okay. Outs now. Outs. Now there we go. Give us a run, make sure everything's plumbed and working. Should be. I need to work on the final drive gear ratio on this. Needs front directional. Probably put it under the lights. Probably make it kind of cool. I think I'm going to do chevrons maybe. We'll try some chevrons on that. Does 55 with a full trailer, so I'm happy with that speed. I don't need it going nuts. You know, it pretty much goes its max speed with the weight because it's designed to be a truck, so it can handle it. So that's working well. Okay, good. All right, good. So we need to get that control panel inside at some point. So that works. Let's see. What do I want to do here? What do I want to do here? Let's go panel indicator. All right, so we'll do the directionals for the front here. Okay. Now we will go I don't know if I want to do chevrons because it would be blank, 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 blank. That's not bad. I'd have to screw with it if I was doing chevrons. I'm not gonna bother with chevrons. So let's go. Be neat, but I don't think I need it. It's a little bit too modern. This is like not a real super modern truck, so I don't want it ultra modern. Okay. Look at this really quick. Okay, we'll see if I like it a little bit shorter than the headlamps, but okay, where are you going there? This directional. Okay, and then this should have T-test lights on, so those should be working fine. Let's test those out. Should be fine. Yep, digging that. Bingo. Very nice. All right, so that's looking good. Let's go ahead and get rid of these. We don't need these anymore. I can read my tanks from inside. So I put work lights on. I didn't show you guys that yet. Go. So that's lights and sirens. This is going to be all that code 3 stuff. Could put some more equipment up here. Be nice if we had a radio you could actually put in the cab, like a CB looking radio. That'd be kind of a cool addition. All right, so we have lights, sirens. What else do I need up there? Lights and sirens. I have a work light. Let's test the work light. I think I plugged it in. The work light just shows the back. Part of that operations panel is going to have a work light for the back. All right, guys, I'm going to throw a quick ad. I got to take this phone call again. All right, guys, I'm back. That should be the end of the phone calls. Let's see. Oh, your cat went nuts with the siren. That's why I have a headset on. See, I wonder when I bought Stormworks. I'll have to look. Let me look. Citrus was saying when he bought Stormworks. So. Where does it tell you? Where does it tell you when you bought it? Is it in your profile? Let me see. When did I buy Stormworks? I hit 5,000 hours to him at 5,010 hours. Yeah, I don't see where it says. All right, let's look. So, leave the siren to a minimum so cats don't go running. So lights and sirens are there. All right, good. So that's inside now. A couple more microcontrollers to hide. So rear stuff here. Use a little bit of decorating here and there, but it doesn't need to be overly crazy. Does not need to be overly crazy back here. Yeah, I think I'm going to use the colors of the back, but I'm digging inside here. This feels good in here. Colors could use a little bit of work. I like having the movable mirrors here. That's a cool feature, I think. Headlights, dome light, okay. Work light I want to test. So work lights are not working presently, so let's plug those in. All right, so let's see, where's headlight plugging in? Right up here. Where's work light? Ambers, reds, whale. It's not this one. The hell's my headlight? Because I was on the wrong one. This one here. Okay, headlight. Headlight goes down. Oh, Jesus Christ. Flicking camera is really so obnoxious. Thoroughly obnoxious. Where the hell is it? There it is. Spotlight right here. Okay, right here is, that's headlight / panel backlights. Okay. Left direction, right directional, trailer park. There should be a work light on here somewhere. Right here, work light. Okay. Work light, and then okay, so let's play with that. Turn on the headlight and check it all out. Work light. There's headlight. Dome light. Okay, high beams. High beams are working. Work lights. Ugh, why the frickin' hell are the work lights still not working? I still didn't hook them up. No, I did. Okay. Infinite electricity's on. What the cripe? What the cripe? What the cripe? Let's see. All right, let's check them out. Work light's 8. Eight right there. Work light. Why? Okay. Make sure there's not a duplicate number of 8. So that plugs into this work light switch here. Which I don't know why this oh, this is why. So there's probably 8's being used twice. That could be it. Yep, 8's being used twice. That's fine. Okay. What do we have here? 9, 10, 11, and 12. Okay. It's 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, and then what is this? 5, 6, 7, 8. It should be able to run Boolean numbers. I usually don't because of this reason. 17, 18. Yeah, I don't know what the hell's. Let me check. I need to check all the pathing, see what all these are connected to. Connected there. What are you going to here? So, okay. What's my highest number? 20. Let's do 20 something. Let's leave that and then let's change this here. So going up to 12 and then 13, 14, 15, 16 should be available. 13, 14, 15, 16 hopefully should be available. Okay. 13, 14, 15, 16. Okay, where's that hook up to? I think that's off the, is that off the engine panel? Temp, okay, I didn't look at that to see what these are running off of. I don't think these are on the same panel. Let's see. See where this connects to. Nope, that is on this panel. Okay, so that's not even touching this panel, so that can't be the problem. That's frustrating. That's not the problem. I gotta look at it, see what's up. Okay, these are separate anyways, so I gotta fix them again. Okay, that's going out to the door handles. That's going to TTIS here. 9, 10, 11, 12, 5, 6, 7, 8. This should be good. This should be good. Why are you misbehaving, you scumbag? Let's see. That goes there. This goes out to the door handle. Okay, the door handle goes to the door handle. This goes out to TTIS. When does this get it? This comes out from the back doors. Okay. Back doors go to work light. I'm never connecting. Okay, that's why. Okay, this never gets connected to the that panel, which is interesting. Okay, that's why I didn't connect this one up right, so this one should be connected to here, I guess. Let's try that. That would do it. Come on. I can't even see the friggin' work light. There it is. The hell's going on here? Why is this not reading for shit? Check one more time. Why this isn't reading right. 17, 18, 19, 20 are all my doors. Those are running all the doors. Then we go into 5 is dome light. There we go, dome light. Then we have work light on here. Light panels, 8 work light. 6 is something else. That's fine. 6 is the interior dome light. 8 is the work light. Why the hell will you not read? This should be connected to... That's because that's not connected. Is that the way? That's why. Okay. Just go directly like that. Be done with it. There's pathing problem. That's it. There we go. They're on now. Okay. If I can ever get to where I can see them. Come on, come on, come on. Big up. Okay, good. So work lights are working. Nice. Kind of roundabout way to do it, but whatever. How's it going there? Ship Geek, what's happening? Where are you guys finding when you bought the game? I can't find it easily. You're the only one complaining about the mic, so it'd be better to turn it up your side than for me to be loud for everybody. Unless anyone else is having issues with it too. All right, so let's go. Let's grab this real quick. Let's save this. I want to grab. Let's hide some microcontrollers first. I'm gonna get rid of. Try to hide everything that I need to. Okay, this is perfect. This one here can go in one of the fuel tanks. Increase the volume of the fuel tanks. It is gonna be cool though with pressurized air too. I'm gonna actually be able to do real air brakes. So essentially, when you press on the brake, it will vent air, and then you'll lose pressure, and you'll have to pressurize with the compressor. So be very cool. I will dig that, I think. That's too big. Don't have space for 3 in there. Okay. 3 by 1. Can go right here. Why this got painted white? I think that was an error. Okay, 3 by 1 can go right there. Can't tell if this is in the slot where it's supposed to be going. Okay, right there is where I want it. There we go. Okay, and then I need to hide a 3 by 2. What are these? Are these 2? Are these 3 by 2s? No, they're 2 by 2s. Okay. I can go anywhere in here is fine. I wasn't sure I wasn't going to completely seal that off. I was going to put an access hatch for the transmission for repairs, but of course it's all RP, so I ended up not doing it. So I wanted to make this not full of garish microcontrollers if I was going to do that, but I decided against it anyway. So there we go. So free of microcontrollers. Yay. It's always a big point in the build when you can finally hide all your microcontrollers. All right. So let's go ahead and save this. And then there's some stuff I want to change. I want to change some colors on that cab, so I need to use the trailer colors to do it. So I'm going to do... This is going to be my new ceiling color, I think. The same as the back. Okay. I don't know. I think I used a lighter wall color in there too. I want that color. I preferred, I think, to what I have. Okay. A little bit brighter in here. Yeah, I'm digging that a little bit. That ceiling color might be too white, but we'll see. Probably is. Let's try to see what we can do here. So that is this color, I think. Let's try this color. That's probably better. Yeah. That's better in there. Good, 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 good. Very nice. Okay. What else do I want to put on this? This needs a bunch of spotlights and stuff for that to run. Gonna get a spotlight, I think, on this this water cannon here. So want this color. Go like that. Okay. I think what else I want to put on there for lighting here. We're doing pretty well on this build, though. I think this build's coming along. Go ahead and save this up. Hey, what do I want to do next here? I don't know what I want to do with this right here. Let's grab that. Let's go like this. Let's go like that. Okay. We're doing pretty well so far here. I don't want to overdo it on this either, because I'm going to get worn out on this build if I do too much. So I kind of want to see what else. Yeah, let's see what I want to do. I might take a break here. Made some good progress on this. Got a bunch done, so probably would be a good time for a break here. So yeah, build. Yeah, so I'll talk about the build review channel again. So build review channel is open again. Let's bring that up and we can look through the rules for anyone who didn't see it. So build review channel is open. It's on the Discord here. Build review, just open it up. You can post your build here. What's going to happen is everybody, it will close on 9/14/2023 at 0400 Zulu or midnight 9/14 my time. And after that, as soon as it closes, I'll open up voting. You get about 2 days to vote. The top 4 community votes are going to be in the video, and then I'm going to pick the 5th one. Read through the rules there. You can post your build there to get reviewed. So that about it. You can post stuff in here, talking. Just try to keep it to a minimum. That way I can easily find the builds. But that's way we'll so then I'll do a review on that. Let me see, anything else going on in here? Not really. But yeah, so yeah, so I think I'll end it up there. So this worked out well. Let me just catch up and chat really quick. I made some changes to build review because it was just like I was getting 20 in a day, and then it was like I review each, I was reviewing each one, so that could give me 30 hours of work in one day. So this is a little bit more manageable and doable. So that's why I kind of changed it. So we'll see how this works. I can always change some rules if need be. But the 5th choice is going to be mine. So if I see somebody who keeps posting and wants their build reviewed and they just don't end up getting voted on, that way it gives me the chance that I can stick them in the video. Or if there's a cool build that I see that I'm like, oh, I really like that one. I like to try that one out. That one's neat. I can try that one out. So let's catch up with some chat here. Yep. So we'll you had some people who they worked, their build wasn't finished, it was broken, and they'd post it, and then now I'm working with a broken build, and they'd be like, oh yeah, I just worked an hour on it. It's like, an hour build's fine if it works, so it kind of helps the community kind of, if a build looks like, somebody did that on a challenge, they put it out, they worked on it an hour before the challenge deadline. It actually was turned in after the deadline, and I still reviewed it, and then they were like, oh yeah, I only worked an hour on it last minute, and I was like, so but it's not fair to the people who put a lot of work in. So we'll see you guys later. Thanks for hanging out, and I'll catch you in the next one. Make sure you watch that update video if you want to know what they are talking about for the pressure and the space DLC. So we'll see you guys later. Thank you very much.